Many years ago, I reviewed one of the worst movies to feature apes, or as they often get grouped under, one of the worst monkey films ever made. That film, Ed, looking back, is not only the worst in terms of live-action monkey films, since looking at Space Chimps 2, the worst in terms of animated monkey movies. But ever since seeing a review of this movie a few years back, I have to question myself. Is this actually worse than Ed? I'm here to find out, because for today, it's going bananas. And no, I don't care if you call me out for calling the ape in this movie a monkey. I mean, if the movie isn't going to care in using the correct term for the animal, why should I? Even the critic quotes on the poster mention the word monkey. And speaking of the poster, God, that looks scary! Like Dom here is looking into my soul, wanting to eat it. Anyway, this movie is brought to us by the Cannon Group, who have been a producer and distributor for many films since the 1960s, until it closed its doors in 1994. One of its members, Menahem Golan, serves as both a producer and writer for today's movie, and some of his works before this, that I actually recognize anyway, include Masters of the Universe and Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. That's not very promising. But hey, this sounds like an original story, so we can't really do much to butcher anything, right? Apparently not, as this is based on Kofiko the Mischievous Monkey, which was an Israeli book series, and apparently even had a TV show in 1994. How many episodes? I'm not certain. Besides, given how Masters of the Universe was handled, it probably would be loosely based on its source material, and just do its own thing. So, let's see how this monkey movie fares when compared to Ed. This is going bananas. Apologies for the quality here. As far as I can tell, it only got released on VHS, and this is the best rip of it I can find. Anyway, we open with a boy named Ben, played by David Mendenhall, who along with his caretaker, Joe, played by the late Dom DeLuise, are off on an African safari. And I'm guessing his father is rich if he can afford a safe ocean passage on this rather rusty barge, and a safari guide ready for them at the docks.
The boy's going to Africa. Slippers won't save him.
Captain, I promised his father to take care of him.
Captain, my dad has already arranged for a tour guide to take us on safari.
A guide, huh? He'll probably eat you.
Okay, nothing too bad so far. And I can't say if anything in this market scene is accurate or not, so it's off to a fair start? Wait, they literally just sell lion cubs on the street? Why haven't they been shut down? As for their tour guide, here's Jimmy Walker of Good Times fame, playing Mozambo.
I'm looking for Master Benjamin McNamara of America.
That's us!
Yes.
It's okay, Captain. That's our
us.
guide.
Oh, you,
Come on, Joe.
Mr. Guy. This is Benjamin McNamara, son of Senator McNamara of the United States of America.
And you are?
I'm his personal attendant.
I am Muzambo.
Muzambo.
The second.
Uh-huh.
The great. Chairman of the board of the Muzambo Tourist and Safari Corporation of Angola. Would Master Benjamin care to sit in the front?
Yeah.
I will.
You in the back.
Just a minute. Don't get in there. Don't get in there. Just a minute. All right.
Well, who doesn't see this as an all-star comedy? We have a guy who stretches out his lines, and a bumbling aide who has to complain about everything and could be seen as the dumbass white guy we make fun of the whole time.
Benjamin, get out of that garbage can.
No way!
But I promised your father I'd take good care of you.
I am not a baby, Joe.
You're not my father. You can't tell me what to do.
Let's talk this. Where are you going? Mr. Muzamba, wait a minute. Just 1 second, please. Hold it. Hold it. Just 1 second. Don't you understand? Don't leave me here with him. Benjamin, Mr. Muzamba.
Okay, what was that guy's deal? Was it supposed to be funny? Meanwhile, at what I'm guessing is a circus, we have our villains of the movie. Captain Macintosh, played by Herbert Lom, and Palermo, played by Warren Berlinger.
Palermo, you can have it for $300. $300 for what? What am I gonna do with a snake? Keep your voice down. It is forbidden to buy stolen animals.
Tell that to this guy. He does it out in the open.
Oh, you bring me a crocodile that dances, a giraffe that plays the piano, a monkey that talks. Bring me something like this.
Good luck with that. Talking monkeys. That'll be the day. Back with the main group, we see a checkpoint that, according to Mazambo, is because of animal smugglers. Can't imagine why they wouldn't think it's a big deal right now.
Good morning. Mr. Mazambo, could you, help us out here? What does he want? He thinks that you're an animal smuggler.
Oh, no. No. Me no likey animal. My first day in this country. First day.
Ooh, his breath.
Well, they got in, and sure enough, we see a wide variety of animals, and all the while, Joe complains.
Lions! Let's stop, Mo!
Oh, no. Don't you dare. What are you doing? Mr. Mazamba, why are you stopping this vehicle?
It's very educational for the boy.
Well, the boy should learn from the vehicle while it's moving.
This is great, Mo!
Lions are beautiful animals, aren't they, Master Ben?
Yeah, I can see why they're king of the jungle.
Well, mostly queens of the jungle, but who's to say? None of the humor thus far has gotten any real laughs from me. It's just mostly small annoyances with how Dom is treated. He can be good in a lot of the films he's in, but like Robin Williams, a lot of the time the material he's given just falls flat. Seems to happen the most with live-action films I've seen him in.
Please, Mr. Mazambo, I'm holding you completely responsible for anything that happens to us. Is that clear?
Nothing to worry about, Mr. Big Bad Joe.
Come on, Mo! You know, I don't think I've ever been this close to a real monkey before.
Aren't they wonderful?
I beg to differ! And now for the main attraction.
What's a pity? You scared away the monkeys. You can't take any pictures now.
Wait, there is one monkey left, but it looks hurt. Come on, you guys, let's help him.
No!
There you go.
Hey, Mo, look. He got up.
It's hard to tell from the film quality if this suit is better or worse than the one in Ed. Now, originally, Golan wanted to sign on Manus, also known as Clyde the Orangutan, who previously starred in films like Every Which Way But Loose and Going Ape. Might look at that one later. Just so they have an animal for any other canon production. He got turned down and eventually told director Boaz Davison, "Meet your new monkey." It was Deep Roy in a monkey suit. Sad thing is, it wouldn't be the last time he had to be in a monkey suit. Anyway, the monkey, who would later be named Bonzo, takes a liking to them and Joe just wants to shoo him away. Mazambo is right. Americans are crazy.
Hey, I guess my teacher was right. Some monkeys do have vocal cords like people. Listen, he's talking to us.
I've never seen such a persistent animal.
I know he's trying to tell us something.
Keep saying that and it might just become true. Just as it's true that monkey shenanigans will never leave us.
Don't listen to him, Mo.
No, Mr. Mazambo. Oh, I hope you're satisfied. Because of your insufficient driving and your stubborn nature, I am in the middle of the wilderness now, in need of a dentist.
Just relax, Mr. Joe.
Relax. Oh, sure. Relax, he says. I want a dentist now.
It's always about what you want, isn't it, Joe? Also, your tooth is still there. Just seems black and decayed now. Well, lucky for him, Mazambo's uncle is a dentist. Unfortunately, he's also a tribal chief. You know what that means.
My uncle has fixed all of their teeth.
Really? Hello? I demand Novocaine! Mupay Novocaine! Oh!
Ah, old racist stereotyping. You seem to be everywhere. We're only 20 minutes in, and all we have are weak jokes and loads of unfunny monkey shenanigans. Speaking of, they forgot they weren't allowed to carry animals on their car, so when they stop at the checkpoint again, Bonzo gets them into trouble.
Wait, what you're talking about? You hit me! I didn't hit you. What? I did not hit you. I said quiet! I'm quiet! Oh! Oh! Hit me again, I'll shoot you! I'll shoot you! No, don't do that! Don't do that, please!
Of course, it's their own fault that they forgot Bonzo was even up there. So they get taken back to town, where they meet Macintosh, who is more than willing to toss them into jail. Or shoot them, whatever works. But once he sees Bonzo doing whatever that is, he remembers that the circus wanted some kind of performing monkey and is willing to pardon them. Then, after sending them away, he gets made a fool of by Bonzo.
Like my pickles! Like my pickles! Take them!
Okay, so after all that, Bonzo is taken away, but in the following scene he gets out. Out of where? Who cares? He reunites with the others, and despite Joe's complaints, Ben suggests taking him out to eat. How, you may ask? Dressing him up as a woman. Of course. Good thing he's wearing a veil, lest these people are bigger idiots and thinking otherwise, or possibly something racist.
Waiter, could you bring us a menu right away, please? I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
I'm so sorry, sir, but we do not serve horses in this restaurant.
Or maybe they're all idiots. Do fancy people just not know what sarcasm is? They see Macintosh and Palermo and realize that they wanted to put Bonzo in the circus. They make little attempt to hide him since Bonzo does what he wants and does not put up with sexual harassment.
Oh no!
Ben, stand back.
Dumb and oblivious. Can he not see what's below him? And enough with the random cartoon sound effects.
You know what I paid for this? All the time. Big attraction.
Not even that Kangaroo Matilda movie did it this much. Of course it gets found out, but Palermo finds it hilarious. Not sure why he'd want him with how much trouble he causes. This results in a brawl. Everyone gets involved. Throw that cake at the laughing man. Take that, random guy, and f*** you in particular.
1 second. Come on, Fatso, take your best shot. Hit. Richard!
Go! I'm here! Oh, where are you?
I'm over here!
Well, they're finally in jail. Bonzo finally gets his name from Ben, and they have to settle with the fact they might be here a while. But then, the inevitable twist.
Banana, he said banana. Did you hear him? Did you hear him? You! In there! Did you hear him? I heard him! Wait a minute! Banana! Banana! He said banana! All right, everybody, listen! Quiet! This is your attack! This might be a dream!
At least Ed had the decency of not being a talking monkey and was just really good at baseball. This thing can suddenly talk, and he gets even more annoying. And really, what good would having him talk now do you? You're still in jail! Well, they have a way to get out. Trick the one loyal guard into thinking his captain is in here. Then they can knock him out and escape. You idiots didn't even last a whole minute before getting caught. At least Ben and Bonzo got away, and through some escapades, they make it back to the park he belongs to. And even though they found the spot he came from, they go somewhere else. The others are sorta let out, if only because the US ambassador is here looking for Ben, and Macintosh promises to find him. And if anything, these two are too busy monkeying around.
Ben loves Bonzo. Bonzo, isn't this great?
The music suggests it's a fun and whimsical moment. Won't last long though, because Ben tries to do a stupid thing.
Hey, I got an idea, Bonzo. Let's touch hands. Whoa! Ah! Oh, Bonzo, help! Bonzo! Oh, Bonzo, help! Whoa!
Oh no, he had a light fall. Now he might be dead after this. Well, not unless the scorpions get to him first. But it's nothing a little animal abuse can't solve. They get out, but now Ben is starting to feel woozy from what now looks like a steep drop from this angle. Eventually, Joe and Mazambo find them and have to take Ben to the hospital. Of course, one of the locals calls Macintosh, guess he knew who he was looking for, but otherwise, not really feeling for this one. Just feels very forced, considering the movie's attempts at making them likable. Now they force a sad moment? I guess it's not as bad as the abrupt sad moment in Ed. This at least was a pure accident.
Bonzo loves Ben. Bonzo loves Ben.
And now I can say that the monkey suit in this is much creepier than the one in Ed. This leathery face will haunt you as he caresses your face for all eternity. Macintosh forces his way into the hospital, because of course he's corrupted as hell, and I'm guessing he was counting on Bonzo to be with Ben since that's who he really wanted. Although now he knows he can talk, meaning he can get even richer.
Bonzo, go to America! With Ben!
He speaks! Of course he speaks! You keep asking, can he?
Yes, America, monkey. You'll go to America, but not with that boy, with Mr. Palermo.
And you'll be the biggest star in America, and we'll be the biggest millionaires in America.
Yeah, but then you'll be dethroned once the all-animal circus gets formed.
Partners.
Anyway, our heroes assume Bonzo is back home since they haven't seen him since yesterday. And since the circus is in town, they convince Joe to let them go see it. It's all fun and games at first, until they see Bonzo.
Right there. Bonzo will talk to you. Bonzo loves children.
Bonzo loves children.
Louder. Bonzo loves children.
I can't take it.
Ben, please, Ben.
I don't believe it, Joe. Did you see that big chain? They have a chain around his neck. They're torturing him, Joe. It's not fair.
You know, with how you sound, I thought you were the same actor who played Louie from We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. Must be the accent. Anyway, they set to find a way to free Bonzo by disguising themselves as clowns.
Don't move. Hey, what's going on here? Shut up.
What do you guys want?
Just do exactly what we say. Drop those pants.
What? You heard what the man said. Drop him.
Man, these Second Amendment people are getting younger every day. And now Dom has truly become what the movie has labeled him. A clown. He deserved much better than this. Surprisingly, it doesn't take long for Macintosh to see through their act, and they try going after them. You can imagine how silly this all looks.
Bonzo!
up here! Get up those ladders, you imbeciles!
They're coming up the ladder!
Whoa!
Hurry!
Oh, my goodness!
Wait for me!
Get him! Oh, thank you! Push the ladder!
And not one person suspects this as being real. After like 6 minutes of them trying to get the key and free Bonzo, they finally get away and have to escape by plane. And who's flying? Oh my god, Monkey's flying! How could that be?
Where are we going?
The port! We've got to get to the port! The average fleet is gonna leave! We're running out of time! Bonzo! Faster!
Faster! Faster! Faster! Faster!
They soon arrive at the port, where the same crowd of children welcome them back, and Ben and Joe are forced to say goodbye to Bonzo.
Bonzo, it's for your own good. I'm sorry, Bonzo. Listen, No goodbye! No goodbye! Goodbye, Bonzo. I love you, Bonzo! Dad! Dad! Dad!
But uh-oh, the bad guys caught up to them. Well, Ben and Joe are already leaving on the boat, so there's nothing they can do. But Bonzo knows what he can do.
No, Bonzo! Bonzo! Come on!
What, did he have high strength for jumping? And now they can say goodbye. For real this time.
Bye, Mom! Thanks for everything! We'll see you later!
Ben, Bonzo, we're going home! Captain, full speed ahead!
Bye! Bye-bye!
They're definitely not getting a TV show after this. So, now that I've actually seen this in its entirety, I can safely say that this movie is about on par with Ed. Ed was insultingly bad with how it approached its humor, but at least tried to have a point about giving it your all and what friendships are about. This is just a lame comedy that tries to be cartoonish, but lacks any substance or charm. It forces everything to the point where sound effects get brought in to increase the noise factor. It's like the only way to get your kids' attention is to be silly, or else they won't care. I guess that's one thing that separates this from Ed. This is more family-oriented, while Ed was slightly more adult. Either way, it's pretty bad, with how they attempt to appease to both crowds and with how badly paced it is at times. It's hardly worth watching, even to riff on. Not even having a real ape would save them. Talking monkeys are no good. I'm the Media Hunter. Media's my prey, and reviewing them my way.